Alright, good morning! As soon as I woke up, I started moving my units, so it is time to declare war to our dear AI friend over here, British Honduras. We're gonna click on war. It is very important to declare war every single time you attack, otherwise you're gonna drop in popularity and you're gonna risk that AI units will declare war on you. That's something you really don't want. Also over here, we're gonna give him now war. There we go. Perfect. And I've noticed that over here units are embarking. He's gonna send his units to Panama. I also see that Colombia now is attacking Panama as well, so that's not good. I was in the hope that maybe Colombia would be inactive, then I would be able to take Panama City, which is oil. I need oil as I'm both low on oil and on metal. As you can see, I'm also constructing an airbase because then with my naval bomber I am able to patrol the Panama Channel and I can keep my core provinces safe. So that's great. Got a second naval bomber over here in production. Also have a light tank in production. I've got quite some units now. I'm gonna select them all. I've got now 8 armored cars and 3 light tanks. So I've made 4 armored cars and 3 light tanks. I would like to make stacks with 5 light tanks, 5 armored cars, and then I can just rush everywhere. Alright, my units, they are about to attack over here in Panama, and I've already taken the first province over here in Belize City. Now my airbase has also been built, so I'm gonna be able to patrol over the unit that is disembarking over here. As soon as it's gonna be at sea, I'm gonna attack it automatically. What is happening is that any unit in this blue patrol circle will get attacked by my plane. Planes on patrol, they attack every 15 minutes at 50% damage output, because other units, well, they attack every half an hour. So planes on patrol, they attack every 15 minutes, but to keep everything balanced, they only deal 50% damage. So as soon as my planes are on patrol here and this unit has finished embarking in 1 hour 36, it's gonna get attacked by my naval bomber, which is exactly what I want. Planes on a level 1 airstrip, they need to refuel every 30 minutes, so I need to wait another 18 minutes before my planes are going to be leaving on patrol. You can see details over here. Refueling time 30 minutes, hit points 20. A level 2 airstrip, you refuel only 20 minutes and you increase also the hit points, and a level 3 airstrip has only 10 minutes refueling time, and you should always avoid operating against other planes on a level 1 airbase, as soon as it is at 99% hit points, it is not functional anymore. If you want to know more about air warfare, then you can check out the air combat guide. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Unfortunately, I was not able to kill all the 2 infantry in one go. 1 infantry is still alive, which is okay, and I barely took any damage, lost only 8 hit points. With the first province taken over here, I have conquered quite some resources. I've captured 587 rare materials and 347 money. When you capture a province, you get a half of the resources. For example, here the production is 2628, meaning if I attack here, I would get 2314 rare materials and would get the same amount in money as well. So attacking is very interesting for your economy, and once you take the capital, well, then you get 10% morale increase, which is cool because then it stops provinces revolting instantly, because here I only have 25% morale, and provinces between 25% morale and 33% morale risk revolting to another nation or to the same nation as which I'm attacking at day change. So I either need to garrison them with a couple of units, because when I click here on the morale trend, you can see garrison strength 62, chance of an uprising 0%. You need to have at least a garrison of 6 to have 0 chance of an uprising. If you want to know more about rebellion or revolt, I have made a guide to rebellion. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Alright, I've taken another province, and as you can see, it is flashing red. As there's no garrison, you can see that the chance of an uprising is now 14%, but I'm gonna take the risk because I want to take the next province and I have the time because day change is only in 7 hours. Also, my naval bomber is now done refueling, so in 16 minutes, he's gonna arrive in the patrol zone. When you are less than 5 minutes away from the province center and it is empty, you can basically teleport. If you are less than 5 minutes from province center, which is garrisoned, then you can actually already attack. So if I attack, we're gonna be locked in combat straight away. There we go. And I'm just gonna teleport. Bam! Did you see that? The units were just killed on impact. I've lost 8 hit points. That's it. Amazing. Now I've got a small problem because there's 5 units here in the city. And as you know, as I already explained, infantry, they get a 50% bonus in urban, which is not good. This gives them a total of 32.5 defense. That is a lot because they get an additional bonus. Also, which is interesting to know, as he's in his core provinces, he gets a home defense bonus. Armies located anywhere in their core provinces gain its strength bonus and a defense bonus of 15%. So he deals 15% more damage to me, and when I attack him, he's gonna receive 15% less damage. So you need to be careful with this, because as your axe's 15% bonus, it gets negated by units that are in their core provinces, as they get a 15% bonus as well. Usually with artillery, you can provoke the AI to split up to counterattack you. However, I don't have artillery, so I'm gonna have to wait. Every couple of times in a day, the AI is going to split off and counterattack, so I'm just gonna wait. It's gonna last a bit longer, but I have nowhere else to go anyway, and I'm gonna let him counterattack me, then I defend, and I'm gonna take way less damage. In the game, you also have supply drops. You can see here there is a parachute icon here in this province, so if I click on here the quest, you can see supply drop, reinforcements have arrived. I will either receive resources when I capture the province, or you can collect blueprints throughout your games to unlock the maximum level of units, which is pretty interesting. Take me to that province. There we go. Pename, where I'm attacking right now, and it's empty, so that's cool for me. I already have all my blueprints collected throughout the years that I've played, so I'm gonna get resources, which is pretty cool. With a bit of luck, I'm gonna get oil and steel. Alright, I've received my supply drop, and I'm very, very lucky because I've received steel, oil, and rare materials, so I can build industry. That's amazing, man. I've merged up my units, so I am going to send the 2 naval bombers now over here into the Panama Channel. Great. As you can see, convoy units, they have reduced hit points. They now only have 10 hit points, whereas regular infantry, they have 15 hit points, Axis 17 hit points. So let's go to the province administration. Let's build industry over here. Build. There we go. Beautiful. And then also in La Ceiba, we are going to queue up industry. As soon as my recruitment center is done in 1 hour 20 minutes, automatically my industry will be built. My naval bombers just have attacked the infantry, and it was almost gone. It only has 0.1 hit points left. So in 13 minutes, that unit will be gone. I'm going to send my stack here to the capital. There are 3 infantry in it. Also, Colombia has units over here, but it's been a while that he has taken this province and he hasn't gone to the capital. He doesn't seem that active, honestly. So I hope I'm gonna be able to take the capital before they change. That would be really cool. As each capital gives you 10%, that would be 10% increase, 10% increase over here, and at day change you get another 10% increase. That would mean that at the start of day 2 I would have a province morale of 100, which means I would produce 30% more resources, so that's really cool. As I've received steel from the supply drop, I've decided to also produce a submarine, and I've already set the rally point to the Panama Channel. That is always a good idea to dominate that area. Something really cool is happening. The 3 infantry that are in Panama's capital are attacking the 8 units over here in Colombia. I've just scouted with my naval bombers. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately here I am not that lucky. The units in Belize City still aren't moving. I hope they will soon though.
The next day.
Alright, we are day 2. First thing I am going to do is go to the research menu, secret tab, and I am going to research rocket artillery. They need 17 hours. Commentary doctrine is the only doctrine that can unlock it at day 1, so you need to be very careful of those. Planes of refueling. Let's select select all my units to see what I have at the start of day 2. I've got now 10 armored cars, got 4 light tanks, so I have produced 6 armored cars and 4 light tanks, 2 naval bombers and 1 submarine. I have got in production another light tank, so that's gonna make up for 5 light tanks and 10 armored cars in total, which is pretty good. I've got share maps, for example, with South Mexico, who is also Axis, but went for the classic strategy. He has made 5 artillery, 1 destroyer and 2 anti-tanks. And now, as you can imagine, if you have a player that's going for artillery and anti-tanks, that becomes a dangerous proposition for a player like me who has chosen for a more aggressive approach using armored cars and light tanks. So I could still win, but it would be a costly affair. So I am taking a risk by choosing not to produce artillery and only rocket artillery, as it leaves me open for a ranged attack for the first 48 hours of the game. As I'm struggling with both metal and oil, I'm not going to research medium tanks for now, even though I can start the research. You can see it's very expensive, 2,750 steel and 2,400 oil. And you also need a tank plant level 2, which costs an additional 2,150 steel and 1,650 oil. First, I need to be able to capture additional oil and steel provinces before I can do that. And I need to hurry up because at day 4, I'm also going to be able to research railroad guns, and I'm gonna need a level 3 secret lab for that as well. Against all odds, I am going to be able to take Panama City because Venezuela is extremely inactive. That's pretty cool for me, man. So I'm going to invade him. I've already got another stack over here on my coastline that I'm gonna send over. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna produce another submarine. Naval tab, produce. I'm gonna queue one up. Gonna set the rally points over here. There we go. Perfect. That's good. Unfortunately, still I'm not getting counterattacked by the AI. I don't know what he's waiting for. AI move like 4 times a day. Still, he hasn't moved yet. That's not cool, man. Come on, move. Attack me. That's 20 units that are idling over here. I would like to send at least one of those stacks also to Colombia. And then I can keep one of those stacks in my core provinces, just that South Mexico doesn't get any wrong ideas. I'm also gonna queue up an armored car or 2, because why not? So tanks 1 add to queue. Wait, I had boosters? Let's check. Produce. I have booster cards? I didn't even know, man. Okay, well, use that, I guess. Alright. And add 1. There we go. And then I can maybe produce another one here in Guatemala. Tanks. Produce. I can use a booster, I guess. Yeah. So now I can produce, or what? So I need to use more. Alright, so I've got 2 armored cars in production. I've got 1 queued up over here, so that's good. Well, it's looking good. Time for me to go to bed, I guess.
The next morning.
As soon as I've woken up, I have sent my units on their way. They're protected by only 1 sub. We've got 1 other sub that is scouting ahead if there is any dangers. And I have my naval bombers that can follow them all along the way, because you can see here a red triangle. The advantage is that planes on patrol, they can move into this red triangle without flying back to your airstrip. Finally, overnight, the AI has attacked. There's only 3 units over there now. So I'm going to attack simultaneously with 2 stacks. So I've selected one, I'm gonna select the other while holding shift on my keyboard. I'm gonna move both of them, and now I am going to click on delay, set delay, and then if you get this stack, it's gonna wait for 27 minutes, and then these 2 stacks here, they're gonna attack those 3 units simultaneously. I'm doing this so that I can deal maximum damage and that this unit just evaporates and I don't take a lot of counter damage, because as you know now, infantry gets a 50% bonus in cities. He's in his core province, so he has an additional 15 bonus, so that's 65% bonus. That is a lot. Those 3 units, they still deal 23.3 damage in defense, man. Check that. That is a lot. You can see it more in detail. And then if you don't know what damage potential, damage efficiency and damage distribution is, it is all explained here. You can pause it But if you want to read it, then you have status, where you can learn about hit points, size, efficiency, and movement speed, and protection. You're gonna struggle a little bit with the economy, with the resources, and the manpower, especially if you're a beginner. So a big help is watching the advertisements on a mobile. You can watch 8 videos every day. 7 videos are going to give you boosters, and 1 video will give you 1700 gold. And the booster cards, they are quite interesting. You can use them to speed up 15 minutes, to increase the hit points of your units to heal them a bit, to increase province morale, reduce the production time of units, a medium speed up of 3 hours, reduction of research time, resource cards for both food, goods, manpower, steel, and also money. Using those can really help you if you are in difficulty, but if you use boosters, use them wisely. I know that I'm gonna have trouble with steel especially, but also with oil a bit, and I'm also gonna need a lot of rare materials, so I'm gonna use those booster cards to upgrade my industry. I'm gonna upgrade my industry to level 2. I'm gonna use a booster card. There we go. That is one industry that is constructing. I want to do the same in my oil. There we go. And then I want to do the same for the rare resources, but unfortunately I don't have the oil to do so. Let's see if I can buy oil on the market. It is expensive to buy oil, very expensive, so I'm not gonna do that. But so now I'm constructing both industry in my steel and the oil province, so that's pretty cool. Alright, we are now close enough, so I'm selecting all units. I'm gonna attack the single unit, then we're attacking at the same time. There we go. Perfect, that's done. This tag over here, we're gonna send it to here, but I don't want to go at C, however, so I'm gonna go over here first, add a target, this way much better. And as you can see, I've got a sub on this waypoint, a sub here, and a sub here. You can see all the dots at C. Those are waypoints, just like at land you have province centers where you need to pass mandatory. At C you have these waypoints, so I'm occupying them with my subs. This way I can move my army across the Caribbean Sea in safety. And then the other stack over here, I'm gonna use this as the meat shield for my rocket artillery stack, but I want to keep a garrison of 2 infantry units over here, so I'm gonna split it up. I'm gonna select 7 units here, this one, and then this one. We're gonna send it centrally in my country, close to my secret lab. Perfect. And then I guess I can also already start moving the anti-air out of my cities that I've used initially as a garrison. There we go. We're gonna send them over here as well, so then I'm gonna have a meat shield of 10 units for my artillery and 6 anti-air to protect them against bombers. That's perfect. All I need to do now is make a couple rocket artillery, ideally 10 of them. Right, my rocket artillery research is completed, so it is time now to produce some, I guess. Start production, secret tab. I'm lacking manpower, however. Produce, gonna use a manpower booster card. Apparently I lack steel too. There we go. Oh, still I can't. Wow. Alright, finally, they're expensive, they cost 1200 manpower, but as I produce 344 manpower an hour and the production time is 4 hours 15 minutes, I'm gonna have approximately exactly the manpower needed when that rocket artillery is done producing. So I'm gonna queue up 5 of those. There we go, beautiful. What I'm also gonna do now in the research tab, I'm gonna already research infantry, because as you can see, you can update your units in the game, because then their stats get enhanced. Level 1 infantry, for example, deals 5.3 damage, 36 speed and 17 hit points. However, if you compare that to level 2, then you can see they deal already 6.9 damage. Their speed has been increased, they move now with 39, and you also have 5 additional hit points, 23 hit points now. Then again, the same happens if you upgrade them to level 3, and they even get get better at level 4, so upgrading units in this game is important because you don't want to have weak early game units and then get trashed by a superior army. My first units have landed. I'm overstacked. You can only have 10 units that fire in a stack. You can see it over here. Army size. The 10 most powerful units deal damage. Additional units deal no damage at all. So you should avoid to overstack. For more information about stacking, click the link in the video description for more information. I'm gonna set a couple of armored cars loose to capture empty provinces, as I suspect that the bulk of the Colombian army will be here in the northwest. I've got now my first rocket artillery that has rolled out of production. Got a second one that is producing, so that is really great. I've also put an industry level 2 in the queue. It's gonna start in 12 minutes when I have the sufficient oil. The next rocket artillery will be available in 4 hours. So now at the end of day 2, I have now in my possession quite a large army. I have made 1 interceptor, 5 subs, 11 armored cars, 5 light tanks, 2 naval bombers, and 1 rocket artillery. Got now in total 68 units. That's pretty good, because if you compare that to my neighbor, for example, he has 50. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications. I want to say a warm thank you to my members and elite members for supporting this channel.